This is a question that is from that Edulastic test that you took at the very end of quarter one. This is the question that most students got wrong. It was the most frequently missed question. In fact, there were only a couple students out of my 120 students who got this one right. And I think that the reason is because the fraction was less than 1. So let me show you what I mean by this. So I went ahead and I wrote out the unit rate formula multiple times in different colors. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take each point and plug it into the formula. So this XY value is 6, 2. So 6 days and the cost is 2. So maybe $2, it doesn't say. So I'm going to fill in for Y. The Y value is 2 and the X value is 6. And I'm thinking what people thought is that, maybe they even set it up 2 over 6 and then they said that that equals 3. I don't know what happened, but 2 divided by 6 is not equal to 3. This was a very common mistake. Basically, everyone wrote 3 for their answer here, and that is incorrect. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 6 divided by 2 is 3. So the answer you should have put down here was 1/3. The question reads, if this is a proportional relationship, what is the constant? So what's the constant of proportionality is what they're asking about. Remember, constant of proportionality is the same as unit rate. So what's the constant? You should have written 1/3. 1/3 is equal to 0.3 repeating as a decimal, but there's no way for you to put a line over it. And if you just put 0.3 repeating like this, you would have gotten it wrong, because technically wherever you stop, that's incorrect because it goes on forever. And there's no way for you to mark for this answer a repeating decimal. This is the same as it would be on the EOG. So repeating decimals are not your friend on the EOG. On the EOG, you should be writing repeating decimals as a fraction, since there's no way on the EOG to put a line over it and show that it goes on forever. All right, let's look at k equals y over x. Again, the unit rate formula, but let's use this point. So the y value is 3, the x value is 9, and once again, when we reduce it, we get 1/3. All right, let's look at the mint green color. 8 divided by 24. If we divide 8 and 24 by 8, so we divide the numerator and the denominator by 8, we will also get 1/3. And then this last point, we won't even have to reduce, because the x value is 1, the y value is 3. So this work proves that it is proportional. Most people got this part right. It's proportional. This table is proportional if the unit rate is the same. And the unit rate was always 1/3, 1/3, 1/3, 1/3. So it is proportional. This is where people had trouble. The second part to this that people had trouble with is this student actually did okay. They wrote y equals, and then they put in their unit rate. The only problem with this equation that they wrote, it looks good, is that their unit rate was incorrect. So if this student would have put y equals 1/3 x, they would have been correct. So just make sure that you pay attention. If the numerator is smaller than the denominator, the answer is less than 1. And if it's less than 1, then it certainly couldn't be 3. In conclusion, my advice on problems like this would be show your work, show your work, show your work. If you're showing your work, then you're going to notice that this constant, or the unit rate, was 1/3, not 3. So take your time, don't rush. I don't want you to get to a problem where you know k equals y over x, but you're just not taking your time being careful. A lot of times in the EOG, kids know the answer and they know how to do it, but they're not willing to take the time to show their work, and so they get it wrong. So take your time, be careful, get those answers correct.